Something massive is coming in April 2026, and most people have absolutely no idea it's about to completely reshape how humanity thinks, connects, and communicates forever. We are talking about Uranus entering Gemini, a 7-year cosmic transit so rare, so powerful, it only happens roughly once every 84 years on our beautiful planet. Mark these dates carefully. April 24th, 25th, and 26th of 2026 will be 3 of the most cosmically charged consecutive days in our modern generation's lifetime. On April 24th, Venus conjuncts Uranus in the final degree of Taurus, a rare cosmic handshake between beauty, love, and revolution, happening at the very last moment before everything changes. Then on April 25th, Venus glides into Gemini, bringing her magnetic energy of attraction, beauty, and connection into this air sign famous for curiosity, wit, and dazzling intellectual charm. And then on April 26, 2026, Uranus itself crosses into Gemini, where it will remain, transforming our collective mind and society until the year 2033 arrives. This is not just astrology. This is a generational reset, a complete rebooting of how humanity processes information, forms ideas, and shares truth in an increasingly connected digital world. Uranus is the great awakener, the planet of revolution, sudden change, and liberation. And Gemini rules communication, the mind, technology, and the stories we tell about our shared reality. When these two energies collide, the result is a mental liberation unlike anything most of us have ever experienced. A total reboot of how we think, learn, question, and understand our world. Expect breakthroughs in communication technology unlike anything you have imagined. Artificial intelligence, social media, and the way information travels are all about to be fundamentally, radically reimagined. And with Venus entering Gemini at the same time, love and attraction are shifting too. Suddenly, the most magnetic quality someone can possess is not their looks. It is their mind and their words. Venus in Gemini loves wit, curiosity, and people who make them think and laugh. Relationships formed during this transit will spark fast, feel exciting, and carry an almost electric, unpredictable quality to them. But here is the tension. Uranus in Gemini can also bring chaos, information overload, contradictions, constant change. The mind can feel scattered, overstimulated, or overwhelmed if you are not grounded. This transit can also trigger major shifts in public discourse and intense debates around freedom of speech, who controls information, and who gets to define what is true in our society. Remember that Uranus entered Gemini briefly in 2025 as a preview, a small taste of what was coming. April 2026 is when the full force of this transformation truly and permanently arrives for all of us. So how do you navigate this powerful 7-year transit without losing yourself in the beautiful, brilliant, sometimes overwhelming storm of change it brings to every area of life? The first key is flexibility. Uranus rewards those who stay adaptable and open. Clinging rigidly to old ways of thinking, old habits, and old systems during this transit will feel increasingly uncomfortable and limiting. Follow new interests even if they seem strange or unexpected. Uranus in Gemini will spark curiosity in directions you never anticipated, and those unexpected interests may become your greatest opportunities in life. The second key is staying grounded. This is crucial. With all this Gemini air energy swirling around, maintaining your connection to Taurus energy, the earth, the body, the senses, will keep you anchored and sane. Taurus reminds us of what is real, the warmth of food shared with people we love, the feeling of solid ground beneath our feet, the simple pleasures that no cosmic transit can ever take away from us. The third key is refreshing your network. Venus in Gemini is famously social and loves intellectual connection. Now is the perfect time to update professional profiles and reconnect with people who inspire you. The fourth and perhaps most exciting key is embracing your authentic eccentricity. Uranus in Gemini makes the unconventional magnetic. Being genuinely, boldly yourself is not just acceptable, it becomes powerfully attractive. Take the creative risk you have been putting off. Share the idea that feels too bold. Speak the truth that feels too unconventional. Uranus in Gemini will reward authentic self-expression with surprising and wonderful opportunities. This 7-year transit through Gemini will not just change you personally, it will reshape society collectively, how we educate ourselves, how we govern information, and how we define intelligence and knowledge itself. Think about the last time Uranus transited Gemini, roughly from 1941 to 1949. That era brought the birth of television, early computing, and massive global shifts in communication and collective consciousness worldwide. Now imagine what innovations await us between 2026 and 2033. Artificial intelligence, communication technology, and social structures are all on the edge of breakthroughs that will define the next century of human civilization. Stay flexible, stay grounded, refresh your connections, embrace your authentic self. Uranus in Gemini from April 2026 is your cosmic invitation to evolve, and the universe is absolutely